Okay, it's recording. Let me reshare.
Can you guys hear me now?
We can hear you.
Yay.
Goodness, it's not a team call if we can't hear Joe. Okay, so for those of you who are, what?
That might have been a shot.
No, not at all. I'm serious. Okay, so thanks to those of you who are hopping on. If you are listening to the recording later, it is September 4th, and this is Team Liberate's very first Push to Emerald call. We do have Pat Reelman, who is on the call with us. He's going to help me out with doing this very first call so that we can get more of our teammates to Emerald and have our people hitting Emerald so that some of us can get to Diamond and just really moving our businesses forward. So I have a little slideshow here. It's pretty simple, but it'll just help us as we go along and our talking points, I guess. What do you think, Pat? What do you want me to do?
Yeah, so this is like a little thing that some of the teams, within Team Boom, some of the smaller teams, some of the leaders started doing these little push calls and created some of these kind of slideshows to help some of the newer coaches like figure out what they need to do to get to that next rank. So whether you're shooting to hit Emerald, this would be a great call for you, or if you're someone who's already an Emerald that wants to get to Diamond, that wants to start to build a team of Emeralds, this is going to be a great call for that too. So it's kind of the basics. You guys have probably heard some of this stuff already, but we'll go into some other stuff that maybe you guys haven't heard yet. But yeah, so Emerald rank, and then
Hold on 1 second. I'm just going to mute everybody and then unmute you, Pat. Okay, there you go.
Cool. So yeah, so you can go to the next slide. I mean, most of you guys are Emerald ranks. You guys know kind of how that works.
No, but this will be good for people watching the recording too, and just to kind of have,
Yeah. So really, kind of, there's two main ways you earn as a coach, right? So the first way you earn is people order from you, as customers, and you get that retail commission. Between some of the products, most of the products are 25%. The challenge packs are more like 30 to 40%. That retail commission is great. Like that's how you start to earn an income, in the beginning. But for someone who wants to start to build like a bigger income, then the second way you earn is kind of more for you, which is you start to build a team, and you get a team bonus based on how many people you and your team are helping. So in the beginning, that first way you earn, that's based really on how many people you're helping, which is great. But if you start to build a team, you start to have more people that are helping people. You're going to be able to reach more people, connect with more people, help more people. And Beachbody is going to thank you for that, for having that kind of ripple effect by giving you what they call a team bonus. And you're not eligible for a team bonus until you hit Emerald rank. So really, that Emerald rank is really cool for that reason, is all of a sudden now you're opened up to this other avenue, this other earning avenue, the team bonus. And the only thing you really need to do to get to that first rank to kind of open up that second stream income is get one personally sponsored coach that's active on your left, and then get one personally sponsored active coach on your right leg, and be active yourself. Meaning if you're drinking a Shakeology each month, then you're active. And same with your two coaches. So when I first signed up as a coach, like literally the day I signed up, I talked to my mom and I was like, "Hey Mom, I just signed up for this cool thing. I want you to do this. One, because I love you and I want you to be healthy and live longer. And two, you love me and you're going to help me with my business." And so she was my first coach. I signed her up the day that I signed up. And then I was like, all right, I want to sign up my dad on the other side. And she was like, nope, I want to be an Emerald, so I'm going to sign him up. So she took it a step further and was like, not only wanted to help me, get the products at a discount, but also help me with my business because it helped me rank advance. But she was like, I want to do this too. So she was kind of the first coach I signed up. And then on my other side, I signed up my sister and got to Emerald like basically the same day that I signed up as a coach. And that opened me up to be eligible to start earning the team bonuses right away. So I try to tell my new coaches, like, you know, who do you want to help the most in your life? Like, who do you want to help be healthy and live longer and have more energy and be around longer so you have more time to spend with them? You know, who are those people? Because what we have to offer isn't makeup. It's not wine. It's something that's going to help people feel healthy and more fulfilled and excited. And the people you want to help with that feel the healthiest are usually the people that are closest to you. So, you know, and a lot of times if you just are straight up with them and tell them like, hey, like, I want to do this to help you and this is going to help me too, like, they're usually pretty cool about it. And if they're not, you know, like my sister wasn't, you know, she came around a couple years later. But some of them are usually pretty cool at the beginning. But that's kind of like how you get to Emerald. Is just the first two coaches on one left, one right.
Cool.
So then what they call like this controlled business center. So basically, like as an Emerald, you know, that anything that the coaches in your left leg buy or sell, or anything the coaches in your right leg buy or sell, Beachbody is going to give you like a team bonus based on, you know, how many people those coaches are helping, which is great. So as you start to get a couple coaches in your left and a couple coaches in your right, then your team bonus starts to kick in. And if you can sign up, you know, a spouse right away, or if you don't have a spouse, like a family member or somebody that you can sign up right away, the reason you want to do that is because then any coach that you sign up after that goes underneath below that your spouse, it's going to help you double as much. It's going to help your team bonus, obviously, when you sign a new coach up. But if that new coach goes underneath your spouse as well, it's going to help your spouse's team bonus. So instead of just earning one team bonus for the efforts of the team, all of a sudden now you're earning twice as much for the efforts of the coaches that are killing this thing. So that's something you want to do as soon as you can. But the first coach you want to sign up is someone that, you know, now you can start to build this business, build this team. And every time a new coach joins a team, you're going to not only benefit your team bonus, but it's going to benefit the controlled business center's team bonus as well, which is really cool. So that's I can't see, this thing's in the way a little bit. Okay, cool. So again, we kind of talked a little bit about some of this stuff. So kind of why you want to hit Emerald. You can start earning the team cycle. So team cycle is the same as team bonus. It's called a team cycle bonus. And that's totally based on, you know, how many people, coaches in your left and right leg, are helping. And then what's that middle one say there? Stepping stone?
It's just a stepping stone in moving.
Yeah.
You know,
so Emerald's great. Like, it gets you on the map. Like, it starts to get you eligible for those team bonuses. And it's like, okay, cool. I got two coaches. I'm eligible for these team bonuses now. It's not going to be a ton of money, but it's that first kind of stepping stone rank. And then kind of the next rank is what they call a Ruby rank. And a Ruby rank is when not only are you an Emerald, but you've helped two of your coaches get to Emerald. So one Emerald coach on your left, and then one of your coaches on your right, you help them get to Emerald as well. And now, you know, then you kind of get this Ruby rank, and then the team bonus that you're eligible to earn goes up, which is always cool. And then the next rank is Diamond rank, when you have an Emerald on each leg, but then you also have an additional 3 active PS coaches on each leg as well. And then when you get to Diamond, that's when, you know, you get your team bonus goes up even more. So, you know, you need 4 active on your left, 4 active on your right, and at least one of them an Emerald on each leg. So that's kind of the ranks. And then, so Emerald is kind of like, really, it's like, okay, cool. Like, I'm starting to build a team. Like, I have 2 coaches. I've hit this first rank. I think, you know, like you get, not only do you start to be eligible for team bonuses, but we also have this exclusive Facebook group that's just for the Emeralds and above on Team Boom. And because Team Boom's gotten so big, and there's a lot of little smaller teams within Team Boom that have their own team pages, a lot of times, like, you might be in, you know, Brooks team page, and you might not be able to see like what some of the other leaders are posting, but when you get to Emerald, you get to go into the Boom Fam and you get to see all of the other things that are being posted and shared by all the other leaders on Team Boom. So getting to Emerald for the Boom Fam access alone is a huge incentive. And then you will get recognized in there. And you know what's even cooler than that is the connections you'll make with the other people in the Boom Fam. Some of the other Emeralds that you'll see that are popping Emerald right around the same time you are, or a little bit after you, or maybe they just did before you. You'll start to see some coaches outside of the team you guys are on. You'll start to see some of the coaches that are, you know, on some of the other teams within Team Boom. And honestly, like some of the best connections I've made that have had the biggest impact on me as a person and my business are people that weren't on my immediate team. They're people that I met in other teams, you know, through Beachbody. So getting to Emerald for that Boom Fam alone is huge. And then once you're in there, I know a lot of you guys are in there already. Don't be afraid to connect with those people that are in there. Like message them, set up Zoom calls. One thing I do with, you know, some of my new coaches is I'll tell them like, hey, like here's a little assignment for you. Set up a 15-minute phone call or Zoom with 3 people from the Boom Fam that you look up to, that you see their posts, that you admire. See if you can just set up a little time to chat with them. And maybe some of the really busy coaches might not be able to do that, but there's a lot of other coaches that would love to hop on a call and connect with you. Maybe they're just a brand new diamond, or maybe they're a brand new emerald just like you, but there's something about their energy and what they post that you really are attracted to, that you really like. Set up a time to chat with those people. Do a 15-minute Zoom call. Don't be freaked out. Just literally be like, hey, like, I even give my new coaches a topic for them to talk about with those 3 people they pick. It's like, just share where you're from, you know, share what your why is, share how you got started with Beachbody, and just ask them to share those 3 things with you, and ask them then, besides those 3 things, ask them to share like, what's one thing that's had the biggest impact on them, or their best tip they could give you. And then that way they go into it not like just staring at a person, not knowing what to say. They have like a very simple questions to ask, like, and then they get to connect with the person. And I found that's helped me huge, and it's helped my coaches. The more you can get your new coaches to connect with other coaches other than just you, the more connections they have, the more likely they are going to stick around and have long-term success. Mm-hmm. So those things are huge. Also, as an Emerald, now you're eligible to get these free customer leads. I don't know if you guys were on the Team Boom team call earlier, but one of my like best friends is Joe Policino, and he's, you know, a Star Diamond coach on Team Boom, and he was a customer lead. You know, like he's someone that was assigned to me as a customer, and if I hadn't got to Emerald and, you know, done that, like I wouldn't have been assigned to him. And if I didn't take the time to reach out to my customer leads, like I wouldn't know Joe, and that would be terrible, right? So that customer lead program is invaluable, and that's opened up to you when you hit Emerald. Credibility. So now, like, you know, getting shouted out by your upline or you know, by other coaches on the team when you rank advance, like all of a sudden people that are watching your story, they're like, they might not jump on right away, but they start to take a little bit more notice. They start to watch a little bit closer as you start to hit these rank advancements in the business, and you start to like kind of get recognized publicly, and you can even recognize yourself and, you know, take a picture of that little Emerald thing that I think that corporate, I don't know if corporate sends Emerald little gifts anymore, but yeah, like taking little things like that, like taking pictures of your little Success Club gifts we get each month. Like people love that stuff. They're like, you know, because a lot of people are at jobs where they don't get anything. They don't get recognized for anything. And you know, that recognition for a lot of people is their love language. It's like the thing that lights them up more than anything. So yeah, credibility for sure.
Yeah.
Let's start now. Okay, number 1. So the next slide is the first. So here, your first kind of assignment is to kind of write down like 3 options for who you could enroll as like a discount coach. It's nice to have like a controlled business center, because then you have like one more little business center that you have control over to be in control of your rank. So if you have someone that's signed up and you kind of have control of that account, you can kind of always make sure that it's never going to go inactive, and that's going to help you be a little more secure in whatever rank you're shooting for or you currently hold, whether it's emerald or diamond. So write down 3 kind of people that you would want to enroll, and a lot of coaches have more than one controlled business center. It's ideally it's going to be someone who actually like loves Shakeology and wants to drink Shakeology every day, because then like you're hooking them up with a discount, so it's a win for them. You're giving them something that's going to make them feel better, and it's also going to help your rank and your earning potential too. So it's a win-win-win. And a lot of coaches have 2 of those. They have maybe a spouse on one side and then maybe another friend or family member on the other side, on their other leg, that they're kind of in control of. So they have a controlled business center in both legs. If you have a controlled business center in both legs, then you never have to worry about dropping your emerald rank and not being eligible for those team bonuses. And it helps you get closer to that diamond rank as well, which is really cool. So yeah, write down those 3 things, like 3 people that you could hook up with. Maybe it's not Shakeology. Maybe they don't want Shakeology, but there's a lot of other products that you guys are probably ordering besides, Shakeology, that instead of ordering it through your account, you could order it through this other business's account, the other controlled business center's account. So you pay the $16 a month to make that account, a coach. And then instead of ordering, your whatever other stuff you guys order besides Shakeology through your business center, you can order it through them. And that helps them stay active. It helps you become an emerald. It helps you more eligible for team bonuses. It helps you earn bigger team bonuses, because now that business center that's in one of your legs is ordering more volume, more product. So it helps you cycle more. So those controlled business centers are really helpful for a lot of different reasons. And then number 2, make a list of the 15 people you love that you want to join you. And this is kind of what I did when I first started. And I wasn't like pressuring or pushy or salesy with them. I was just completely honest. And I was like, hey, I'm doing this thing. I love these workouts. I thought of you. I'd love to have you just try this to see if you like these workouts or to see if you like these products. Worst case scenario, you don't, no big deal. But would you be willing to at least, give it a shot to see if it's something that your body responds well to? But if not, no hard feelings. Like I just thought of you. You were one of like the first people that I thought of. So you can take like a minute or 2 to come up with a little list of 15. A lot of times we put no's in people's mouths without letting them like tell us no, because we're afraid of rejection. But I look at it this way. I look at inviting as like a party or a wedding that I'm inviting people to. And the last thing I want is for them to not get an invitation and for them to be like, how come I didn't get invited to the party? I don't look at it as like, oh man, what if they say no? Because, if you invite someone to a wedding or to a party or a barbecue or a football game, you're not going to get upset if they say no. It's just like, at least they know that they had the invitation. And with this party, it's an ongoing party that never ends. So it's an open invitation for them to join whenever they feel like they want to join. But if you don't give them the invite, then that's not cool. They might get upset about that. So then the third thing is now go to your calendar, whether on your phone or your calendar on your computer, And if you guys are already emeralds, maybe you can do this for your diamond date. I like writing down with a pen and paper and carrying it around in my wallet. So that's what I did. I wrote down the date I wanted to be a ruby, and then I wrote down the date I wanted to be a diamond, and I carried that piece of paper around in my wallet, and I wrote down income goals too, like, when I wanted to be making $1,000 a month, and I wrote down, when I wanted to make $2,000 a month, and I wrote down a specific date, and I carried that around in my wallet, and I still have that piece of paper. And it's funny because I have like lines kind of drawn through like the date that I wanted to get ruby, and then underneath it is like the new date, because I didn't hit it the date I wanted to hit it by, but I just wrote a new date and just made a new goal of one that I didn't like get discouraged or beat myself up. I wrote a new date and it pushed me harder. And even though I didn't hit it on the date I wanted, I was a lot closer to it than if I didn't write down that goal at all. So yeah, go ahead and write down kind of your dates you want to have that. And so now I still have like, this is what I carry around in my wallet. Probably can't read it because I think it went through the wash once or twice. But now the goals are a little bit different. Like, so this one says make $10,000 a week consistently by the end of 2018, and then make $20,000 a week consistently by the end of 2019. So those are the goals I have set now. And they're a little different than the first goals I had set. But it's cool, like, to see those, to like cross out the goals. And even if I didn't hit it, like, it's cool to see those goals that I had of making, $100 a week. And now I have these goals of making $20,000 a week. It's a little, but that's kind of how goals work. You make a goal, you work for it. If you don't hit it, you cross it out, you set a new goal. And even when I come short of my goal of the rank or the income or whatever it is, like, I don't get like beat up myself up over it, because I know what I was doing to get there, even though I came short, were things that were, number one, I was doing personal development every day, which makes me my higher self, my better version of myself. And I'm inviting and connecting and helping others, empowering others. So even though I came short of the rank and the income goal, I grew the entire way through, and the people I'm connecting with, they're growing. It's helping them. So I never really get too upset when I don't hit a goal on the date I want to hit it by, because I'm so much farther along than I was if I didn't set that goal at all. So I set really delusional goals sometimes, and I'm cool with it, because if I don't come short, I'm so much farther along than I did if I didn't set the goal at all. I don't beat myself up. So,
I like saying goals are meant to stretch you.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Cool, and that's it.
So yeah, so that's kind of it. So you got Emerald for you guys is going to be easy, a walk in the park. You're going to have coaches quit on you, and you're going to drop rank at times, and that's okay. Like, I've dropped rank a ton of times. I've come short on goals a ton of times, but I just never let it like kind of get me down, like, because I knew like the big picture for me in this business was to find 5 people that believed in this lifestyle as much as I did. And for me, this lifestyle is working out. I love like working out. I just feel better when I work out. Honestly, I think number one though is personal development. Like, when I'm reading every day, like, my mindset is on point. So number one, mindset, reading. Number 2, working out. Number 3, nutrition. And number 4 is the community you start to kind of build of people that want to run with you along in this journey. So my goal in the beginning was I want to find 5 people that believe in those 4 things. I want to find 5 people that want to do those things because they are someone that wants to grow. There's someone that knows they have a lot more in them, that has more potential. There's someone that wants to, maybe create a different life than they have right now, like a little bit more financial freedom to mold that, whatever their ideal life is. Like, I knew that what I was doing for a job, like, I didn't want to do that the rest of my life. I had a great career path with great earning potential and all that prestige and everything. But I wanted to do something that was a little bit different, that gave me a little bit more freedom to be my own boss and work wherever I was, whenever I was. And I knew I was going to find 5 people that, that were like that. So these goals, these ranks, this income, all these things you guys set, like I always have that big picture in mind of, I'm going to keep doing these things because that's just who I am. I want to grow, and I know I'm going to find other people that want to do this too. But big picture, I want to find those 5 leaders that want to do this along with me, that want to live that lifestyle, that want to create, a team of their own. And if you can find just 2 or 3 people like that go on to build a team of their own, anything you can write on that why list, you'll accomplish. But it's cool to have these fun, like stepping stone goals along the way. So that's kind of the push to Emerald call. So you guys got your kind of list of who you want as your controlled business owner. You kind of got your list of 15 of, who you want to do this with most. And you kind of have your date set of like when you want to shoot for. And maybe hopefully you put it in a calendar or wrote it down. But kind of the next step is take those 3 things and do it with your coaches that aren't on this call, that aren't Emerald yet. Help them kind of set, write those 3 things down so they can kind of start to get, going. And Brooke can send you this PowerPoint if you even want to go through the whole little slides with them. Would be even better.
Do you guys have any questions?
Easy, right? Simple.
I mean, I know, yeah, it's pretty simple, but it's interesting. Yeah. I can't imagine nobody has one question, but that's okay.
Yeah.
If
you start to pop, when you start to pop emeralds, people start to get a little bit more confidence, and then they're going to start to feel like, okay, I got 2 people, I got to emerald, like what's next, and then they're going to be ready to kind of go for that next rank of ruby and diamond. And one thing I think that really helped me a lot in the beginning was when I'd help someone get to emerald, if one of their coaches really wanted to like work this business, like I tried to work with their coach just as much as I worked with my coaches. And that was like priceless. I was working full time. I was working a lot of hours, so I didn't, have a ton of time, but I made the time to, at least just hop on the phone for 10 minutes with my coach's coaches and just get to know them, and ask them what their why was and where they're from, and, tell them a little bit about like who I was and where I was from. And those little like 10, 15-minute calls on my lunch break or taking a break from my full-time job just to chat with my coach's new coach and, help them maybe set a goal of hitting emerald. That was huge because it helped that brand new coach even more because they had more connections with more people on the team. And it helped my coach because their coach was going to have more success and felt more connected to the team. And it helped my business at the same time too. So, doing these little things with your coaches, helping them hit emerald, but then actually like taking the time to really try to chat or text or message, even just Facebook message, but even I think more powerful, get on a phone or a Zoom with your coaches, hugely powerful. So.
Yeah, I agree. That's awesome. Good idea.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. This is awesome. I'm excited about this. I'm going to do this once a month.
Yeah, these things are great. They're fun. And then you'll start to see like some of you guys will start to come back on these, once a month and then bring, some of the people that are serious about getting to emerald themselves, or some, new emeralds that are like, hey, like this helped me get to emerald. Like I'm coming back as an emerald now, bring in my people to help them get to emerald because I know it worked.
Right.
It's a cool culture that kind of have is like every month thing. And it takes a lot of pressure off of you guys as newer coaches to kind of plug your new coaches in and your coaches into this once a month. It's really powerful. So I'm glad you guys are going to kind of create that.
Yeah, cool. I'm loving it. It's a great idea. All right. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. And I think that's it. I appreciate you guys taking the time to hop on. Pat, I really appreciate you taking the time. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Love it.
All right.
Hey, guys.
Bye, guys.
See you.